and waking up famous.
That don't mean I'm dangerous.
Yo, what's good, man? Scooter Powell, the casual boxing fan. What's going on out there in the sports world, man?
What's good, Slim? On the ropes, boxing in the building.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna let the room warm up. And last show, I got a lot of feedback because we was talking about Black history, and then we was talking about the OJ case.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to show people what I was talking about because some people didn't believe me. Some people didn't believe it, and since you don't want to look it up, I'm gonna bring it here for you. This is from
that Mark Fuhrman on the stand? Is that Fuhrman on the stand?
Yes, this is from my other channel, right? Black Card History, right? And so to continuation, because people was calling me Cap. They said, no, Mark Fuhrman, the lead detective in the O.J. Simpson case, the man who found all the evidence, right? The initial finder of everything, right? They asked this nigga, did you put that shit there? And that nigga pled the fifth. And yo, hold on. Let's warm the room up. You got anything you want to add to that?
Nah, roll the tape. Roll the tape.
Lying, man, the whole time.
Sir, that you were still under oath. Mr. Ullman, you may proceed.
Detective Fuhrman, was the testimony that you gave at the preliminary hearing in this case completely truthful?
I plead the fifth.
I wish to assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Have you ever falsified a police report?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I wish to assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Is it your intention to assert your Fifth Amendment privilege with respect to all questions that I ask you?
Yes. Yes.
I only have one other question, Your Honor.
What was that, Mr. Ullman?
Detective Fuhrman, did you plant or manufacture any evidence in this case?
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Nigga, and that's all I'm saying with that, bro. And that's all I'm gonna say with that. So now, y'all got any more questions about that shit? Go to Black Card History. It's no way you continue a trial with that if you were judged, but since you did, if you on the jury, you did the right thing. And if you convict anybody, I don't care if they on the Ku Klux Klan, right? Of anything serious, after the lead detective does that shit on the stand, and you say guilty, you're going to hell. You're going straight to hell, bro. The jury did the right thing, whether you want to believe it or not. Like you can't convict on that. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Anything else, go to Black Card History. What's up, cuzzo?
Nah, man. What's going on, man, in the sports world, boxing world? I told you, man, tomorrow, the DMV Elite Showcase at the Tanga outlets in my area, 3 to 8, showcasing some of the top amateurs in the country. You got you got a 13-time national champion, Khalil Razor Robinson, out the area. You got a 18-time national champion and Marcus Luther out the area. You got John Pritchett, three-time national champion on that card tomorrow. Only thing, man, it's hot as hell here, Slim. It's like damn near 100, man. It's outside. Hopefully it's all good tomorrow. They calling for rain. We'll see.
All right, cool. Yo, salute to them youngins, man. Salute to them youngins. But let's talk prize fighting real quick, man.
Let's do it.
What's the update on Haney versus Norman? Right? Because I can't watch these other channels because they're biased as fuck. What's the real update on what's going on?
Here's the update. They calmed down with all them smoke and mirrors of suggesting that Brian Norman is a drug cheat. They don't calm down with that, I guess, because you have, channels like ours and other channels, man, that's debunking that.
Salute to Casual Boxing Talk and all other boxing channels who are non-biased and committed to telling the truth, right? Yeah, salute to that. Because, we all saw Bill set that up. That was just straight up, man. Bill showed his sliminess on this one. Like you never saw the slimy snake side of Bill Haney until this.
But remember,
I did it.
This is the second time we actually seen this. remember, you had the opportunity to me and yourself had the opportunity to interview Bill Haney during that time when he was trying to make the fight with Gary Russell Jr. Now, you know when you close to certain individuals, of course he's gonna jump on your platform and all this and that. During that time, he was jumping on the platform because he knew I was close to the Gary Russell team during that time. So of course he jumped on. You can go back to old interviews with me and Cuz over there interview Bill. Bill ain't like him too much. I'm gonna give it a buck. Bill didn't like him. Probably where you was coming with them questions, Slim.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Yo, salute to Melcar X, man.
But all that to say is the same situation where they was going at Gary Russell name behind Devin Haney, calling him a duck. It's the same type of mess that Brian is dealing with.
But I think Devin Haney versus Gary Russell, who was a 126 pounder at the time, and Devin Haney, who was a weight bully, right? I think it would have looked similar to Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. You know, it probably would have looked similar because let's not forget, Devin was like that back then. This is back when his confidence was at full tilt boogie, right?
But that's also at the same time when Gary Russell was the only one giving you 5-piece combinations in a ring, not on no pads in the ring.
Yeah. But could he have done it against the length and size of a Zombie Haney? Now remember, he's fighting Zombie Haney right now. Zombie Haney's a bad motherfucker, particularly against 126 pounders. Gary Russell got baby arms, bro. He's got to get.
We're talking Gary Russell Jr.
To let them combinations off. I ain't got Gary Russell Jr. beating a young Zombie Haney.
I disagree.
So I'm going to have
getting into it. You getting into it with Bud Crawford talking about you want that smoke with Bud. He definitely, I think, will wash up Devin Haney, man.
Gary Russell was just talking that shit, man.
Man, was he?
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
I ain't never heard Gary.
He wasn't gonna fight.
I ain't heard Gary do this and not back it up. I'm just saying, I ain't seen a situation where Gary did that and came back.
You believe there was a spectrum of reality that said Gary Russell Jr., the 126 pounder, was really gonna fight Terrence Bud Crawford?
No, what I'm saying is they in the same room. He ain't backing down from Bud. That's what I'm saying. We ain't
talking street fight, my nigga. We're talking professional boxing, right? Prize fighting. There's no way little guy goes in there against Zombie Haney, right? And does what he's been doing to other 126 pounders, man. Like Zombie Haney is not a flat-footed, you know what I'm saying, fast hand Latino or Mexican, right?
Who at that 26 had Gary's skill set? That's what people are forgetting. Devin has names on his resume, yes. When did he fight those names on his resume? Because that's where the breakdown of the Haneyacks, of me and the Haneyacks come into play.
Check this out. Read what Melcar's saying, man. Can you see it?
Hold on. Let me go. Hold on. Let me go to the comment section real quick.
Zombie Haney was a lethal decision machine, but Gary Haney back in the day was also an inside buster. And that's what Haney struggled with. Yeah, it would have been similar to the Lomachenko fight, is what I'm saying, Melcar X.
I disagree.
It would have been similar. Like that length would have been a problem. Like they both have problems, right? And like, let's not act like Gary Russell. We ain't talking about Antoine. We talking about OG bro, Gary Russell Jr., right? So we're talking the 126-pound king, one of the greatest 126 pounders of all time.
He would have flamed. He would have flamed Devin Haney. He would have flamed him.
35, skipping 30, going to 35 to fight Zombie Haney, right?
Hell yeah! He would have washed him, Slim. He would have put on a boxing clinic.
I'm calling cap on that.
He would have put it on a boxing clinic.
I'm calling cap on that.
I'm just keeping a buck, man.
Yeah, your favorite barber says this about the current event with Bill Haney and everybody at that table, right? Yeah, they probably told Bill that they would sue him if he keeps up that narrative, right? because you're pushing the narrative with everybody that was at that table. Salute to Casual Boxing Talk and every other channel that backed Brian Norman Jr. on that bullshit they were trying to do, right? And we called it out play by play on here, man. We called it out from the setup to the ambush to the second ambush, right? We called it all out, play by. So they were forced to drop that narrative. Y'all was forced to drop that narrative.
That's what I'm saying.
If everybody was stupid like y'all thought, y'all would still be running with that bullshit. I ain't gonna cut you off. Go ahead, my nigga.
Nah, I was totally agreeing with you 100%, man. That's really cooled off now, man, because they know that was some bull, man. They was trying to ruin that young black man's name, insinuating, going with the Bill narrative, allegedly that this man has using PEDs, man.
And you know what the real threat is for the Haneys? Not just the knockout, right? He's a threat to the Haney-act fan base. He's exactly how they branded Bill and Devin. They're exactly what they're the father and son team that came up the hard way out the mud and became champions. That's exactly who the Normans are. They just not slick shit talkers like Bill. They're more like people of the earth, people out the mud. You know what I'm saying? So
they literally out the red Georgia clay mud of Decatur, Georgia. Literally out the mud. Everybody, if down south know about that red clay mud that come from Georgia, man. That's literally where Brian Norman Jr. is from. Decatur, out that mud.
No, so what I'm telling you, right? This is the Haney-act fan base. People that don't watch boxing, but they just pro-black. The Normans are a threat to everything Devin Haney represents. They're a threat
because they've been standing on that pro-blackness. You're 100% correct.
Yeah, they're a threat to everything they will bring. He's gonna, if he goes in there and beats Devin Haney up and stops him, it's gonna be on par to what Terrence Crawford did to the PBC. That's gonna be DHP right there, right? But they ain't gonna have a Tank Davis to keep him afloat. Their Tank Davis would have got mopped. So that's akin to Tank Davis getting knocked out if you the PBC right now. Yeah, it's devastating. Errol Spence going down for the PBC was financially devastating. Right?
Hey man, shout out to my dog Errol Spence, man. I hope you get that fight with Virgil Slim. I hope you get the fight. I want to see that. I definitely want to see that, man. Errol Spence against Virgil Ortiz. Have that joint in Cowboy Stadium, Slim. I like that.
Real talk. Yo, but yeah, yo, salute to Hood Rich. Salute to your favorite barber, man. Yo, that's right. Salute to the Normans for standing solid. They staying solid, man. They did not let the fuckery get to them, man. That's
you know what interesting, man, that these YouTubers allowed the goalposts moving, man. Knowing that this man had came to agreement with Turkey and DHP Promotions that they would do 8 weeks of testing, then this fool wants to move the goalposts even more. Nah, we want more testing. 16 weeks. They didn't realize, and this is no slight to the champ, who is the A-side. I don't care what nobody say. WBO welterweight champion of the world, Brian Norman Jr. He the A-side.
Devin is the more recognizable name. I'll give the Haneys that. Devin is the A-side.
I'm the champ.
No, when Floyd Mayweather,
if anybody asks me a question,
Floyd
y'all talking about
Oscar De La Hoya was the champ, right? When Floyd Mayweather fought, they wasn't even fighting for a title, but he was the A-side. He was the more recognizable name.
Say that again.
De La Hoya was the A-side. He was the more recognizable name, right?
Going against who?
Floyd Mayweather Jr. And Floyd Mayweather Jr., right, was way on a much recognizable level than a Brian Norman is, right? So Devin Haney is definitely the A-side. To say it's not, it's just hate. It's just hate.
No, he's not the A-side. I'm the champ.
Without
me, there is no fight. There ain't no fight without me. It ain't no fight without me.
Being the champion does not make you the A-side.
See, I agree with Brian Norman when somebody asks him that question. How does it feel to fight Devin Haney?
He's
like, man, I'm the champ. I'm the champ.
Whatever you say, no matter what you say, if you throw anybody on there whose name is not on par or higher than Devin Haney, the fight is not as big, right? None of Brian or Norman's opponents has been on par with the Devin Haney. I don't care what y'all niggas talking about, right? So Devin Haney is undoubtedly the A side. I'm gonna give him that. Because I'm unbiased.
I'm not giving him that.
I'm
You give him that, Slim. I'm not giving. I'm the champ. I'm the champ.
I'm not looking at this through hate-filled glasses, right?
It's not hate-filled. I'm the champ.
In terms of reality. Yes, you're the champ.
You coming for my belt. You coming for my belt.
Just finding out who Brian Norman Jr. is. Nobody knew this nigga until today, right? Now a lot more people are going to know him, and he's not the underdog. He's the favorite, right? He's the
Let's not do that. People knew Brian Norman through the Boost Ennis situation.
Yo,
don't act like they just now learning about him through Devin Haney. They knew about him through the Boost Ennis situation.
You tried to say Floyd was the A side against De La Hoya, right? Cap. Oscar De La Hoya was the A side. Floyd was the B side.
Who said Floyd was A side? I never said that.
Oh,
Floyd had to bow down and do everything Oscar wanted.
That's thought you were saying, right? But at the same time,
what are you saying? I never said that.
Same time, right?
Oscar was the A side. He was the champ.
Recognizable name
again. Who was the champ? Oscar. Right? Oscar was A side. Who was the champ? Brian Norman
was the more recognizable name against Floyd Mayweather Jr. of all people. Now we're talking today. Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney, right? Devin the Dream Haney, DHP, Devin and Bill. They're already branded. How you gonna tell me they're not the A side? That's ridiculous. It's just hate. You're just hating. It's nothing more than hate.
Right. Hey, okay, you said they're the A side, right? A side walks out second. Who walking out? Devin? Hell no. The champ, my nigga. The champ. He ain't the A side. A side don't walk out second. First.
I don't think you understand what
A side do not walk out first. You don't hear what I'm saying, Slim.
No, you're saying the champ benefits, right? But the A side, I'm talking about in terms of negotiations. Devin Haney's the bigger name. It's a fact, man. You could be mad at it all you want. It's still the truth. And every argument you make against it is ridiculous. When we're talking who has the bigger base, who has the bigger notoriety, who do more people know, it's Devin Haney.
I'm going to answer Mel Carr. Bevel was the A side. Bevel was the A side. He was the champ. I don't give nobody who's a champ or B side. I'm not doing that. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not giving a champion a B side. I'm the champ. It's a champ for a reason. You the champ for the reason.
I got it though. I got it. That's your personal opinion. You're entitled
personal to opinion. I'm never changing on that, Slim. I'm being honest on that.
It's not a fact. The fact is of facts. Who has the bigger following? Who do more people know? That's the A side.
Like I said, in a fight, A side don't come out first.
No, you're talking about champ against challenger. We're talking about A side versus B side.
A side, B side corners, right? A side, B side corners.
You making shit up. A side, B side. Now you're just talking to try to be right, right?
I am right.
Right. No, you're right in your opinion. That's your opinion. You're right about that.
I'm right, period.
You're right. That's your opinion, right? But the fact still remains, whoever has the bigger following, the biggest notoriety is the A side, no matter what your opinion is. No matter how you feel.
It don't matter. Because after this fight, we ain't got to worry about him no more.
Yeah. But
after this fight, he get put in the dirt, Slim. He get put in the dirt, going to sleep. I ain't got to worry about that no more, Slim.
But I refuse to be the opposite, right? I refuse to be the opposite of everybody that was sitting. Like this. As far as I refuse to be the alternate version of everybody that was sitting at that table.
Because I have an opinion that Brian Norman's the A side as the champion.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying you and niggas who think like you, right? I refuse to be the alternate version, right, of those niggas who sit at that table, right? So I'm not going to sit there and just hate on Devin Haney indiscriminately, right? Indiscriminately, right? And say things about him that are opinion and not fact when facts are on the table, right? So that's all I'm saying. I'm not taking that route. And I still got Brian Norman stopping, right? But I'm not going to act like, I'm not going to diminish Devin Haney to big up Brian Norman. Just like I'm not going to do vice versa. And that's how you need
to do a show on Smoke and Mirrors, man.
That's how I
Smoke
feel.
And Mirrors. It should be done. Again, shout out to Bill for knowing how to move his son correctly, man. Smoke and Mirrors. I'm going to keep it at that.
Yeah, I know. Blind hate. Blind hate. I mean, it is what
If
it is.
that's what you want to call it, I know the real.
Yeah.
And he's going to get hurt bad in this fight against Brian Norman. That's just a fact.
There we go. Like my man right here, Blue Hustleman understands it, man. Salute to Blue Hustleman, man. Devin is the A side. Norman is the champion. It's really that simple.
I mean, I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can say what the hell y'all want. You sound like the rest of the YouTubers.
So you sound so you saying you choose to ignore facts, right?
I guess if that's what you want to say, I move to me. I move to me.
We can move forward. Like what else is going on there? Because like I say, I'm very happy, right? That everybody who was sitting at that table that Bill was the head of, right, have been called out on their narrative to where they're forced to come correct now. Because if they would have gone any further with that bullshit narrative, they would have lost all credibility in the boxing world and on YouTube in general. Niggas would have just looked at them for who they are, man. You know what I'm saying? It would have been time to get off their knees, bro. Like,
let me ask you, what's the program he on outside of Snack?
Time out. Remember, the ghostwriter of boxing strikes again. Remember, you asked me, if you was Devin Haney, how were you going to train for this Brian Norman fight? Remember that shit? I said, we don't even work on punches. We going to the track. We running, my nigga. We running. We doing hurdles.
Damn, you did say that shit. I remember when you said that. And look what he doing. Oh my God, that's what he doing right now, Slim. You see it.
The ghost writer of boxing strikes again, bruh. Devin Haney is on the track right now. What's the point of throwing punches when you about to go in there against Brian Norman Jr.? That's not your advantages. Art of war, right? You really got to exploit your own strengths and make your enemy's strengths his weakness, right? So, I mean, like, and Devin is focusing on footwork, head movement, lateral movement. He was lateral moving over.
He was going underneath the hurdles like he about to duck his head out the ring the way he was going under them hurdles.
He's most likely doing sprints. He's most likely doing uphill drive. Most of that camp's going to be on the track. His issue is going to be the no running rule. How are they going to loophole the no running rule? Because if it's a repeat of Ramirez, Turkey's stopping that. Turkey's going to be in the crowd. What
the ring? This was the normal ring. He gonna cut that ring off in half for that fight. It's gonna be cut off in half.
No, it's gonna be 18 by 18.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be cut down.
It's gonna be so his thing is he's got to navigate that and combine that with the no running rule. Because if it's that jumping and running around the ring shit, the ref is gonna take a point. They're gonna make an example.
Shakur had to engage. You saw Shakur had to engage.
Shakur had to engage. Shakur also played rope-a-dope, right? So, like I said, that was his worst performance, if you ask me. I don't care what y'all say. That's my opinion, right? I understand opinions from facts. That's my opinion. Worst performance, right? But going back to that, Devin Haney gonna have to do similar to that. Will he be able to play catch and shoot with Brian Norman Jr.? I doubt that very seriously. And also, right, what happens when he tries to tie Brian Norman Jr. up? He's playing into Norman's strengths at that point. That's what Norman wants you to do. Norman wants you to try to tie him up, right?
Because he's going to get chin checked. He's going to get chin checked doing that.
I'm going to tell you what I saw from watching his fights. He's going to bring you in closer, right? Establish control, right? Peel and uppercut. Peel and hook, right? That, like, watch for that shit. That's what the Haney's fear. That's why they're ducking under hurdles and shit. Because what they want to do is duck, split, slip, pivot, right? Slip, pivot, step back. That's what they're going to want to do, right? Because they still got to engage. Because if it's like the Ramirez fight, they're going to take a point. And they're going to make an example of Devin in that fight. They're going to take a point every time he does it, if he does it too much.
Yeah, this is in Saudi. Saudi. You know how it's going down, Slim. You already know how it's going down.
And I'm quite sure Bill is a smart guy, right? Because if I was Turkey, I would have tried to slip in that contract, right? You know, like, no, you can't do that. You think about it, you can't do that. I was going to say disqualification, that affects the purse. incentive bonus. But nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. I thought about it.
Mm.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, let
Juice
me
in
look
my
at the
cup.
chat. I ain't been
Dev
looking at the
already
chat.
famous. Salute the juice in my cup. Dev already famous, my guy. He just going to sleep and waking up infamous at that point. Favorite barber. Yeah. I mean, like, yo, they was at that. I don't know if they was at that table, but you know, your favorite barber. I don't know if they was at that table or not. But it's still like it's hard sometimes, bro. And I liked them. I liked the show. And like I used to be like, they was
Can't deny
unbiased.
videos, man. That was on Bill's. That was on Bill's Instagram Live. That was Bill's Instagram Live.
Yo, salute the boxing with 2-4. Yeah, he waking up a highlight reel. It could be just that. And like when he wakes up, Brian Norman Jr. is going to have the Haney fan base. So he's going to have real hardcore because he's a throwback fighter, right? So he's going to have the hardcore boxing fans, and he's going to grab our casual fan base, a black-based casual fan base.
Yo, that's facts, man.
Yeah, he's going to win big.
Real dude's gonna mess with Brian, man. He don't walk around, paint his fingernails, no man person, none of that bull crap. Chains, we don't do none of that, man. Straight up country boy, man.
I mean, I look at it like that's this generation, right? Purses is a thing for them, right? Like when my man Subriel Matias slapped Teofimo Lopez, right? He had a purse. He had a purse on him. He was wearing a purse when he slapped him.
Ain't that no dude with a purse smack me, man.
And T.O. had a brown paper bag, right? He probably had some liquor in it. Say, you looking for the liquor? Where the liquor at? I got it right here in my brown paper bag.
I got the liquor, nigga. Got the liquor.
Yeah, he got the liquor.
And that's what Tia said. What you said? That's what he had said, man. That's how it went down. He said, I got the liquor, nigga. And then he smacked him. That's how it went down.
Yeah. Yo, you read the Melcar X?
Hold on, let me chime in on that comment. Hey, catch and shoot. Mel Kayak said catch and shoot with a volume puncher like Cepeda is completely different to catch and shoot with a big, fast, explosive power puncher like B. Norman. Haney's only path to win, in my opinion, is a decision.
And he has to do it with the no running rule. With the no running rule. Keep that in mind.
Hey, man, allegedly, I seen him on the track with Quincy Wilson out there, man, doing the 400s, man. He really gonna be running. And like, my young Quincy Wilson out the area, 16-year-old, went to the Olympics. He training with him, man. Allegedly.
I'm totally convinced, right? Devin Haney's game plan for this fight is to run. Damn the no running rule. Devin Haney is okay with losing points in every fucking round, right? His point is to survive. He wants to get out of there with his check and his health.
He does not want to be a highlight of that Ryan Garcia, the fight that never happened. He does not want that again.
This is going to be Devin and Bill's last fuck you to Turkey Al-Sheikh. Because believe it or not, this is definitely a standoff between Turkey Al-Sheikh and the Haneys. They've been disrespecting Bill the whole time. You notice how they don't let Bill get on the stage with Devin. They don't allow Bill to participate in interviews with Devin, right? It's insane how they putting Bill in check. Bill has publicly said they try to destroy my brand. They have publicly said, let the boy grow up, right? Totally discounting anything Bill is saying. Like, it don't matter what you saying, nigga. You ain't the bag. You ain't the
You ain't the bag, nigga. You come to me. I'm the bag. Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, that's right. So Bill, we see how Bill Haney is. Bill Haney is the type of nigga that'll talk about your sick mama, right? To get you to say something, right? So he can set you up for an ambush, right? And then ask for immediate drug testing after the ambush while playing the victim. That's who you dealing with. He can't fuck with Turkey like that. The only way he can beat Turkey is to get Devin in that ring and lose by multiple points taken away or disqualification because of the brand new no running rule. And then take your stand, right? So this is how he plans on keeping his fan base. I'm giving y'all a solid game from Bill Haney. Bill, I'm step with you, my nigga. I already know what you're doing, right? So you already got Sean lined up for celebrity boxing, right? You want Devin in there too, right? But this is what you're going to do. Y'all going to run, right? And claim that y'all are victims of casuals because of the no running rule. You're going to say the no running rule is a casual rule and Devin Haney is an elite boxer of the throwback era, right? And these casuals are just hating. And that's how you're going to keep your fan base. You're going to make it race-based.
And he gonna get his favorite YouTube channels to go along with the narrative, and they're gonna push it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make it race-based as well. It's gonna be because Devin Haney's black and they don't like the black style of fighting. He lost for fighting black. Totally ignoring the fact that Brian Norman Jr. is a young black champion. They're not gonna acknowledge that part. They're not gonna acknowledge that part. It's gonna be them against Turkey Al-Sheikh. That's what it's going to be.
A black champion who went into hostile environment and put that dude in the dirt.
Now think about it. If they manage to run and not get knocked out and lose because of the no running rule, right? That's the winning strategy for them, right? They keep their fan base, they play the victim, right? They get a huge payday, and they still what? They lost their O, but they cashed out on it now. Totally unlike what would have happened if Ryan Garcia took that O. None of this happens if they don't go to court and get that loss off. 50-0 in these streets, nigga. Salute to Bill Haney, man. 50-0 in these streets, bro. Hey, hold on. Let me get my charger, man. Keep the chat warmed up.
Let me see what's going on in this chat right now. Let me go to the comments. If they want Tank, your favorite barber, is it true they want Tank to retire and drop his belt? I heard KO talking about it earlier. I would say this. That's something I heard originally suggested from a certain YouTube channel. BBB, y'all know the initials. He's the one who suggested that. I ain't heard nothing from the WBO. I mean the WBA or anything about stripping Tank. He just fought a couple of months ago, remember? Why would they strip the man? He just fought a couple of months ago.
Yo, so what y'all talking about stripping Tank? Of what? Break me down. What's going on?
Nah, I was reading your favorite barber was asking, is it true that they plan on stripping Tank? I was like, that first came about through a YouTube channel who suggested that. BBB.
Okay, so if Tank go back to jail, they are going to like do something with that belt. They're either going to strip him or make him champion in recess.
What if it's like 30 days, 60 days?
They still going to do it.
Why would you do that? He just fought. It's only 30 days. Oh, 60 days. Let's say it was short time, man. What the fuck? Where'd you go? The man just fought 4 months ago. I'm like, well, fuck your belt then. Y'all just give it to him if I'm Tank. Tank don't need no belts.
Well, I just hope the brother don't got to go back to jail. But that judge, my nigga. So, like I said in the past show, Tank might have to call up Lil Baby, right? And hook up with their man Mike and attend one of them white parties. You know what I'm saying? And fly around in a jet. He'll meet the right lawyers. He'll have dinner with the judge, right? Like I'm saying, like that might be how he get out of it. That's how they put the press on them niggas. Man, that's why you don't want them niggas to meet you, man. Nigga, I don't exist, man. I don't want you to know who I am, bro. Like that's how you should be with them niggas, man.
Tank rather go to Baltimore jail than deal with that.
Now live a good life, fly around the private jet.
Nah, he rather go be sitting in DC jail with Slim. He ain't trying to do that shit.
Now I'm just saying, man.
He go do his 60 and be out. He like rather than do that shit.
Little Baby ain't get caught up in none of that Young Thug Rico shit. And them niggas is like this. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. It was certain niggas who was hanging with a certain clique that were untouchable. It's all I'm saying. And maybe Diddy pissed off that clique, right? By jumping out there and trying to establish his own, right? And maybe a nigga like 50 could take advantage of shit like that and establish his shit. Because it's a power structure. It's built like the mob.
So you wild as shit.
I'm telling y'all without telling y'all, man. Yeah, so Tank going to jail. He's connected to all them niggas. And like another thing too, go back to the Jay Walker interview. That's young in name, right? Jay Walker. The podcast.
Talking about the Be More Young. Yeah, I think that's the name. Yeah, Jay Walker. Yeah.
Remember they was talking about what Floyd Mayweather and his type of celebrity brings? Like they got into that, man. And they went around it without going into it. And Tank was shying away from that shit. He was like, yeah, man, I don't need all that. I don't want all that, man.
People I saw certain shit was like, I ain't fucking with this shit.
And remember, keep in mind, Tank Davis was a regular attendee at the Diddy parties. So his thing, he knows what he's talking about when he says it. He said, man, I ain't with all that shit, bro. Like I don't need them to guide my career. I don't need their handlers around me.
I imagine Slim rolled out early every time. Slim, man, let me get the fuck up out of here.
I mean, I don't know, man. He's doing flips on the lawn with CB. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I got Tank rolled the fuck up out of there, Slim. He from B-Boy, man. Cousins, our cousins in DC, our cousins the boat, man. I don't see him staying, Slim. Nah.
Now it's time to make a toast to Diddy. Remember that?
He rolled out.
No, Diddy made a toast to Diddy.
And then he was out.
It was like, he said, now it's time to make a toast to Diddy. And it was like, yeah. It was all like, yeah.
Like, man, it's some bullshit. Let me get the fuck up out of here and go on back to my people.
Not only that, real niggas saw too. Real niggas saw this part. There's no bitches in there. Real niggas saw that. So I'm just saying.
Not a one, man, Slim.
I mean, I could go back and pull it up.
You talking about the video? The video?
Now it's time to make a toast to Diddy. There's a bunch of dudes. It was like, yeah. Weird, man. I'm the only word I got for that is weird. Cringy. I got another two words, weird and cringy.
I never thought about that till you said it.
That you know what that is for me? And most real niggas, that's an all right, I'm out. That's an all right, I'm out moment. Yeah, you know, I got shit to do in the morning. I gotta be out, man. I can't be partying with y'all. I'm out, my nigga. Yeah, you know. Now it's time to make a toast to Diddy. Are you serious? All right, so you let that slide. You let that slide, right? The hug. You chilling. It's girls here, right? It's girls there, right?
So you ain't gonna hug Diddy, man. You ain't gonna let him pick you up and date on your feet.
Tell me. But before we dive into some goofy speculations type shit, right? Like and what ifs type shit, right? What really happened was they down on the deck chilling, right? There's girls there, right? This nigga comes and just out of nowhere scoops the nigga up in a bear hug, lifts him up off his feet, right? So all these girls are seeing this nigga up in the air with his feet swinging in the air, man. Free swinging feet in the air while another grown man is holding you up like this.
What? Okay.
It's not cool, right? It's not cool, right? And Tank is patting him on the back, right? Like, put me down. Put me down. Put me down, right?
Shit, Slim. Oh, shit.
And see, if I was to interview Tank, I don't know if he wanted to interview with me, right? Because I would ask him these questions. Like, what was you saying to him, man?
Nobody has ever asked him about the Diddy party. That's funny that you say this, right? Nobody. Gilly the Kid, nobody's asked him about no damn Diddy party.
They got Gilly. They got Gilly twerking.
Huh?
It's a Gilly the Kid twerking video that's circulating right now from the 90s when he was with Cash Money. You know, look, Cash Money.
This too much for me, man.
Cash Money, Beatrice. Run by Beatrice. Remember that movie? What's up, Beatrice? Beatrice.
Yeah.
Remember that movie was lit. That was a damn good movie, bro. Y'all ain't seen it. Y'all want to see an OG Tubi movie? Look up Cash Money, The Block Is Hot. Shit was fire. That was a fire movie, bro. It was all Lil Wayne, Baby. Snoop wasn't in Block Is Hot.
Yeah, he was. Remember when
TK Kirkland was in that joint?
No, what was the joint the Snoop was in? That day was in when he became part of
some other shit, right? So Snoop came later, but they need to see The Block Is Hot.
He was in The Block Is Hot.
That was a young Lil Wayne. That was Turk. That was Juvie. That was BG.
You talking about the movie, right? You talking about the movie?
Yeah, it was basically a Tubi movie. They shot that shit on a camcorder, but the shit was fire. The joint when they
Snoop
shot
was in that. Snoop was in that.
What was Snoop doing? Snoop
Hold
wasn't
on,
in the
hold
movie,
on.
man.
Oh, I'm about to pull it up for you. I'm about to pull that shit.
Confused, man.
I got
You
my
confused.
computer. Hold on, son. I'm about to pull that.
Confused. Pull up the scene. Because TK Kirkland was in that joint.
Hold
And the
on,
other
man.
nigga who passed away, AJ Johnson, was in that joint, right?
Hold on, I'm about to pull this
Y'all
jump.
check out that type shit, right?
Hold on. Block is hot. Block is hot. I got to pull that.
But yeah.
Hey man, while I'm looking this up.
So when Billy the Kid, right, was hanging with them niggas, right? They got a video of this nigga twerking. I think it was in one of the it was probably like a behind the scenes joint. It was on the stage. Baller blocking, that's it. Baller blocking.
Oh,
My nigga.
see?
Salute
What
to
was
C.
the movie you said? What was the one you said?
I said the blocker. I meant baller blocking.
No, I was thinking about Hot Boys. Hot Boys.
Nah, that was trash. Hot Boys
Man,
was
that joint was
trash.
all right. Hot Boys was all right,
Hot
man.
Boys was trash, right?
Hell
Baller
nah. That
blocking
shit was all right.
shit.
That shit was all right, Slim.
Baller blocking was the shit. Hell yeah. Yeah, C Money. Yo, salute to C Money, man.
Yeah, that's what it was. Hot Boys.
What I'm saying, so we talking that Illuminati shit, right? That this was these niggas before they got in the Illuminati. Gilly was saying they got a video of Gilly twerking when he was hanging with them niggas, right? He was clowning around, but you still on the stage twerking, nigga. So niggas is clowning him for that shit right now. He's saying it ain't him.
Damn.
So I'm just saying, man. Tank might have to fly in all white on a luxury jet to make all this shit go away.
That's wild. Now this is interesting now, man. Nobody's ever asked these questions. Because I would like to know, man, what the hell be going on? Hell, you meant all right, let me ask you, right? Because you talked about this before. You been in his house, right?
What?
Diddy.
Oh yeah, my first PA gig. I was on the Apple Music special, right?
So he been there.
But it wasn't no Diddy party. It was an Apple Music gig. I was working as a PA. Yeah.
It was a party though, right?
It was an interview with Diddy, and I forgot it was the dude who has the black guy. They were interviewing Diddy for Apple Music. So yeah, like I know firsthand accounts of these motherfuckers. He had his arm in a sling because this was right around the time he had went on the UCLA football field and beat the coach with a kettlebell.
I remember that shit. That shit was wild.
He threw his shoulder out. And so we get to the gig, right? The production crew, right? This nigga's an asshole to the production crew. He's like, yo, y'all can't walk in my house with them shoes. Park down there. It was down there by the Playboy Mansion. The Playboy Mansion was across the street, down and across the street from this joint, the back of the Playboy Mansion, right? So it make the crew walk through, right? And then come in the house, you had to put these little booties over your shoes and shit. Tennis balls on all the fucking equipment and shit. Because he's looking out for his floors. And like, I was the production assistant on this joint. So basically, you just doing everything. They need something done, you go do it, right? So the thing about being a PA, you get to see everything, especially if you're a cool motherfucker. This is how I met a lot of Hollywood people like this, right? And so we at the joint. I don't see no weird shit. If you ask me, Diddy was a cool nigga, man. Like, no disrespect, no funny business, none of that shit. It was none of that shit, bro. Real talk. So I mean, I don't get and Kim Porter was still alive. She was over there. Man, she was cool. She was cool, mad cool, bro.
Prior to going there, did you hear about Diddy and his parties?
So, nah, not really, man. Not really. I never got invited to no shit like that.
No, I'm saying being in the industry, did you hear about that type of stuff before you even went there?
I mean, yeah, you hear the usual, right? You hear the usual. And like when I hang out in LA, like if you want to hang out and chill, you should hang out at the comedy clubs. The comedy clubs is where like the cool people in the industry be at sometimes. Like they all there, especially Black Hollywood. They be at the comedy clubs.
Why is that?
That's where a lot of talent is, man. And they're chilling, no security. And like, so if you see my movie, right? My movie is Between Forever. The star of that movie, my lead actor, was Rashid Stevens. He's a stand-up comedian. And like, I learned a lot through Hollywood, but this nigga too. Like, say if we go to the Comedy Store, Like, because I know I be up chilling in the main room where the comedians be at. Like the real comedians in the back rooms and shit. It's like on the outside smoking area in the back. Like that's where you'll meet a lot of, like David Chappelle will be down there chilling type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just like comedy clubs is where you want to be at, man. We want to be at. Even like on Sunset, that's not Sunset. It's not Sunset. The Improv. Yes, on Sunset, the Improv. Hang out down there, that'd be chill. D-Ray and all them niggas be there.
Damn.
Yeah. That's like the LA scene. Corey Holcomb will be there and shit, type shit. You know, you'll see all your favorite like celebrities and niggas from the internet just hang out at the comedy clubs. They're probably mad at people saying that shit because they get to chill in spots like that.
You blowing up their spots, man.
What Melcar talking about?
Melcar said, man, if you took a certificate in film and TV and have a degree in writing and journalism, could you be a PA?
Yeah, but you don't have to have all that. That's the thing. It's all about who you know and who fuck with you. It's really, that's all it is. Anybody can be a PA. Anybody. But they will fuck with you with all that experience on set, Melcar, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you'll actually know the shit people are talking about. Because you studied it. And it's a little different on set, so you would be curious, right? And so, I mean, like, with PAs to do all, you gotta be good, you gotta have people skills to PA too. Because you gotta be a quick thinker and you gotta be like a smooth talker, and you gotta be able to negotiate shit. Because there's gonna be a lot of assignments they're gonna send you on, particularly on indie projects. It's gonna be crazy work. Crazy work.
You ever work with Ryan Coogler?
Nah, I would love to though. He's a real nigga. I go to his Q&As at the DGA. Like I saw Sinners at the DGA. He was there. Like question and answer. You know what I'm saying? I try to soak up game, particularly from all the young black talent out here, man.
Oh, that's what's up.
And the OGs. Yep. Some of the biggest entertainers in Hollywood came out of them comedy clubs. Real talk. They all be there, bro. They all be there. If you want to see Black Hollywood, just hang out at the comedy clubs.
Oh, I meant to ask you about this because let's talk about this, right? I remember I told you the other day, and no one's talked about this yet. President Trump, with his executive order, pretty much trying to end the NIL deals in college football. He said there would no longer be third-party payout to private groups to pay athletes to be a part of a school. I was like, wow, that is going to really change. They fight back on that, though, right now. They're fighting that. That's the executive order that just came yesterday or the day before, changing the scope of college athletics. And his claim is to help the non-revenue producing sports.
I like that. So now you've got to find loopholes. So how do we take advantage of it? Do we cry about it, or do we put it in our favor? I like solutions.
My thing is, why are you getting involved with this? Something else you're getting involved with it.
So he's involved with it, right? It's like getting into a fight. Since we talk boxing, right? You don't want to get into a fight, but a nigga just was talking shit, or a nigga just slapped you, right? You got to do something about it. You better do something about it, right? It's that type shit. So what's the solutions? You gonna pick a fight, right? How you gonna fight?
You know how it's gonna go back to? They're gonna go back to prior to when Ed O'Bannon of UCLA made that lawsuit when he said I could barely afford to get food out the cafeteria, but yet they selling my jersey in the bookstore and I get no revenue from it. They're gonna go back to prior to that. When the boosters go, that's what they really trying to stop. They trying to stop these high price boosters in these schools from snatching. Hey, youngin, at Ohio, I pay you $10 million to come play with us, and they don't have to sit out a year. I guess that's what he's trying to stop. But fuck it, let it be the Wild Wild West. This is capitalism, America. Wild Wild West, Slim. Let's do it.
Okay, so now that stopped, right? What you gonna do about it? Did he also stop?
You know what's gonna happen?
Did he also stop sneaker contracts and all that too? I guess third party, right?
Yeah.
Did he stop? So you can't get a sneaker contract, or the sneaker company can't influence what school you go to.
It's the influence situation. So basically, you're gonna go back to the briefcase. You're going back to the briefcase and brown paper bag days, pretty much. Or we're into 2025 crypto to get these players. You know, it's gonna be under the table like it was in the past. That's exactly what's about to happen.
Maybe not. See, the thing is, now what are you gonna do about it? You still want to go to school, right? So now my thing is, until that's settled, right? What are all these black athletes gonna do about it? That's my thing, right? And what I say is, they need to go ahead and just go to HBCUs. Go play the same game Coach Prime played. Hook up with the HBCUs then, right? Like for real. Like if like I see no benefits. If I can't get paid to go play for your lily white institution, well, they don't really fuck with me if I wasn't an athlete. Like, what's the benefit now of playing it? I get a better facility and all that, right? Maybe, right? But other than that, I'm still.
And you're on TV? On TV?
TV follows the talent. TV always will follow the talent, right? Like we were talking about last show when we stayed black, right? They had to shut down the Negro leagues, right?
Think about this.
No segregation.
Bruh, they are making millions upon billions of dollars off out the sweat of the entertainers. You know, it was a football athlete, right? He was his own, he had his own LLC and everything, right? He said he was a company. They wouldn't allow him to sign his contract as the LLC because that means he would have been a 1099 employee and can do whatever he want with the money. NFL did not want to make that a precedent, man. But at the same time, he was an LLC. He was a brand. He was a walking brand.
Okay, but the NFL is a private institution, so they have a right to refuse who they do business with.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
and that's why I go back. And that's why I go back to the Saudis will never buy the NFL. That's something that's deeply rooted in our culture. The good old boy system of America, man. The NFL that will never be in the Saudis' hands. Remember, I said that.
Hey, man, the way it is, man. Like I say, I'm not really a football guy, man. But I'm starting to get into it again.
See, I am because I cover my youngins with that.
What you think about what Congo Man is saying, man? Salute the Congo Man. You might be on to something that with that HBCU thing, but the facilities ain't up to par.
They sure ain't, Slim. Them facilities, man. I seen it's some high school facilities I seen better than some college HBCUs.
But the HBCU, that's because people steal money, bro.
They sure do. I was just about to say that, man. Unfortunately, man, money gets stolen. Resources get stolen.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's too many crooked motherfuckers, and it's by design. Crooked motherfuckers get placed there, right? And once you place a crooked motherfucker there, it's hard without real. Like if you want Trump to help, Trump should help that shit. If Trump wants to help HBCUs, help set up a system where these corrupt motherfuckers can't keep stealing money, allegedly. Set that up. Because everybody like all the alum, they don't be giving back like that either. They be like, fuck that school. They ain't do shit for me.
Fuck that school. And why you think most of our best and brightest wind up going to Ivy League schools? Because HBCUs ain't got no damn money to even give a scholarship.
Well, no,
even to their best and brightest, they can't even give money, Slim.
Let me ask you this, right? Because you in touch with the East Coast. What are the elite of Black America doing? What's the route they've been taking?
What you mean?
I don't mean like African diaspora blacks. I mean like Black America, descendants of American freedmen. They still doing the HBCU or Ivy League thing? Because I know that was a major part of our culture, the HBCUs. Major
Okay,
part about it. That's how
okay. Those
that's how a lot of
what they
stuff
call
happens.
it, legacy. So if you went to that HBCU, more than likely your kids go to that HBCU also as well. That's how it works in some cases. Other cases, a lot of our brightest are going to the Ivy League schools because they have the money to give. That's enough. You heard Trump fighting these having fights with schools like Harvard and Cornell and different schools talking about their funding and how they're getting funded. He's trying to regulate and control that because a lot of our kids of minority stature with high level grades and accolades are getting these scholarships, man, and they're gonna stop that in the future.
Yo, can't nobody sing like Eddie Kane 88. Bingo. They still, old boy at Howard stole folks' financial aid. Crazy work.
Hey, I'm about to tell you
Crazy.
something. You know how much Howard University is a year right now?
Probably like 100,
Close to it.
70.
73,000 a year to go to Howard University. So right now, what you're looking at is this is the new hustle. How before you had your 30-year mortgages on your houses, now you're gonna be paying 30 years to pay these college loans back. If you do decide to take those student loans and all that different stuff, you're gonna be paying that back for the rest of your life.
So that means what does that tell you? Before you go to college, you need to have a plan of what you're going to do in college. If you don't know what you're
Exactly.
going to do in college, you need to trade up and learn an industry or a field or a trade, right? And then you'll go to college with knowledge of what you go with a plan, right? And then you'll be more effective. You got to use college. Don't let college use you. Don't go to college just to say I went to college. It don't work like that no more. That's an old school way of thinking. You got to go to college with a plan. You have to have a plan and be ready to execute it once you get in college. You mean like you should not send 17 and 18-year-old kids to college. The only thing they worried about is getting pussy, right?
And here's another thing. For years,
scam.
See, because of the cost of way college is now, where I said 73,000 to go to Howard, there is no more room for undecided for 2 years. I'm gonna decide in 2 years what my major gonna be. So I'm just gonna try to find myself for 2 years. You remember that was a thing called undecided for 2 years where you didn't have to declare. Man, you ain't got time when you spend the 73,000 before you go to in my house. Shit, you better. I need to know what you're going to school for, and it better be something major. If it was some bullshit design, art design, man, no. You're gonna pay on your dime, not me.
All right, so check this out, right? What do you think about bringing it back to sports? What your favorite barber said, Deion Sanders had the ability to change that, but he ran to the white folks. How you feel about that Deion situation?
I'm gonna tell you about that Deion situation. He tried in Jacksonville, Mississippi. What they do? Broken the man truck, broken this and broken that. Didn't give him no facilities, stealing money. The exact same shit you say. He's like, man, I'm out, man. Fuck this. I don't blame him. I'm not staying for the bullshit. Motherfucker stealing from me, ain't giving me what I'm worth. I'm using my own money out of my pocket. But then when I leave, y'all talking about, oh man, what about the black pride, this and that, man. Fuck that shit, man. Go get paid, Deion. That's what I'm with. I ain't with all that pro-black pride and this and that when they was stealing from them down there. If that's the case, man, they should have raised some money and kept them there. If not, move on. I'm agreeing with that.
So my question would be, who's doing the stealing? And where they from? That's my next question. Who's doing the stealing and where they from?
Jackson, Mississippi is what? 90-something% black.
And these are FBA. Are these FBAs stealing from FBAs?
I'm not gonna say that, man, because wherever you live among your people, they're gonna whites gonna kill each other, steal, and do the same thing. I don't know why they say that about us.
No, crime is
Wherever
crime.
you live, that's where you most likely gonna do your crimes. You live around white people, you're
crime
gonna
is
rob,
crime.
steal a white person.
There's no such thing as black on black crime.
Yeah, but you know they always putting that goddamn stigma out there. That shit is getting annoying as fuck right now.
That's a propaganda narrative that they spit out continuously. It doesn't matter if it's true. The goal is to say it repeatedly so some people believe it, right? And the more people believe it, the better for you and your agenda. That's why advertisers charge so much space for advertising. You want this
Now let's
implanted in people's minds.
great point. Let's pull that back over into sports. That's exactly what you're seeing right now with Brian Norman, what they're insinuating that he's a PED drug user, which he's
Bill
not.
Haney studied media. Me and Bill Haney took the same thing in college. I studied media arts as well in college. So yeah, I like that's why I'm saying I'm either a step ahead or right in step with, or maybe one step behind Bill Haney in some instances, right? But I know what he's doing. Like I know how he's manipulating the media. I knew what he was doing at that table with all your favorite influences. Like I get it. I see how it works. I see the structure. I see the plans he executes. That's why
Very smart. I mean, he brought his pimp game over with him. Now to talk with the pimp game, allegedly.
All right, so yo, you remember the movie Ali with Will Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Remember what Ali said to his wife? He said, listen, we talking about the fight game. In order to make a big fight for millions of dollars happen, I need badass niggas and honkies with connections. It ain't changed. Nothing's changed. Bill fits right into the fight game.
Yeah.
He's a badass nigga, bro. Yo, you say what you want, but Bill has proven to me, at least, looking at with no hate, he's definitely a G.
I said this.
No,
Even I don't
definitely
fuck with them. I said this. I said manager of the fucking year. I've said this many a times. I don't fuck with Bill. I've said it many a times. Manager
So I
of the fucking year.
Bill. I don't trust Bill. That's the difference. See, if I don't trust you and I know not to trust you, I'm cool with that. Because I ain't trying to change people or force people to see things my way. If I know I can't trust you, I'm good with having that knowledge. It's fucked up if I can't trust you and I trust you. And I shouldn't be trusting you. Now, that's a problem. That's a mate. And see, that's where a guy like Bill would try to position himself with people. Feel what I'm saying? Like
I said, I go back to when they was trying to make the Gary Russell fight. We got him a couple of times, man. We had a couple of times on live and everything, man. He puts himself in a position. Bill does. He knows how to what's the word?
He was positioning you to be at
for
that
the media,
table.
to be a voice. Yeah, to be a voice for him, and it didn't work.
He had a seat at that table for you, and you specifically.
Hey, he's not lying, right? I've actually been in Devin Haney's house. I've interviewed Devin. I'm probably the only one who's ever interviewed Devin at his house. If you see another interview at his house, show me.
No, so I'm saying, so I know for a fact he was positioning you for a seat at that table.
But remember, at the time, I wasn't rolling like that, man. Because all that stuff he was doing with Coach Calvin, I fucks with Coach Calvin. That's what got me in as far as on the pro side in the game, man. Shout out to Coach Calvin, man. I fucks with Coach Calvin, man. He been true down person from day one and never changed, man. So I fucks with Coach Calvin. Bill was on some goofy shit one time, and the shit just went sideways, man. So I had to I fuck with Coach Calvin. That's that. Bottom line, that's it.
What goofy shit in particular?
It was the live one time. This nigga, man, shit was getting serious, talking about smoking on tank packs and shit. Remember during that time when they was talking all that Tookie packs and all that shit?
Still don't see what the problem was about that, though. Honestly, man, I don't see. To me, Bill.
Nah, because it started getting personal to like street level type shit. Niggas making calls type shit. It literally got like that, Slim.
Oh, time out. That's news. How? What happened?
Oh, never mind. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, time out. Niggas was making calls and threats were made?
No, I'm just leaving it at that. Cause I don't want to talk about this shit.
How you just gonna bring that there and drop it though?
Nah, I'm gonna leave that alone, Slim. Leave it alone, man. I do not want to get in with that shit. Fuck that.
So you telling me?
No, I'm not telling you nothing. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Team Haney was about to take it to the streets for real? I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
You're right.
But then again,
you're right.
But then again, looking at how Bill Haney, right, set up the Normans, right, by probing for weaknesses, getting personal, setting people up for ambushes, right, then coming up with questionable drug tests, right? I mean, maybe it did get there. So you telling me I was? I
No,
know
you're not. I'm not telling you nothing.
Time out. So you telling me when I said the way the Haneys are playing the Normans, is no way they could even try that with Tank. I was the ghostwriter of boxing once again, except this time I'm looking into the past of stuff that hasn't been made public.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm ghostwriting the future and the past? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold up, this is wild talk, bro. So the smoking on Tank Pack was a real threat?
No, the shit was just weird. That's why I said goofy shit.
Oh, so it was goofy shit. It wasn't
Be
no
on,
real,
be on
like,
live talking about I'm smoking on the Tank Pack and all that dumb shit. It was just goofy shit, man.
And let me ask you a question, because I remember that now, right? I remember Bill was going ham on Team Davis. I remember that. He was saying Calvin is lying. The nigga on the wire ain't him. Remember he said that?
I remember he said that.
Then he said, what else he said? Bill said Tank don't be paying his people. Right?
Yeah, Bill said all types of wild ass shit.
Yeah. He was joning with it. He was like, Calvin is driving like a 75 Chevy Chevelle. He was driving like a 75 Chevelle.
I knew that was a lie.
It was some shit like he was going in, right? He was gonna say he still live in the hood, but Calvin chose to live in the hood.
He chose to do that, man, because it's for the kids, man. That's the thing people don't understand, man. He chose to do that shit. Man, as much work as he do in the community slim. I mean, man, he is Baltimore. That's all I'm gonna say. He is Baltimore slim. And he's helping these youngins out. He ain't saving them all, but he damn sure trying, man.
Yo, Calvin,
every year they losing somebody.
Calvin, my man, bro. Calvin is a real
100. Calvin, my man, 100.
You're telling me Slick Billy the Snowman Haney was trying to play the same type games he playing with the Normans, but tanking them, and they wasn't going for it. Is that what you said?
I just said they wasn't going for that. I just leave it at that.
Okay. So now I'm looking too. You got me thinking about this shit. I'm gonna go back. I'm looking content of this, right? Because I remember this shit. I done seen so much.
It's already timestamped. You just go back and find it and put the shit together. I don't want to talk about that shit, man. Because remember that was all on Nest and all that shit going there. You can timestamp it and go back and look for it yourself.
Yo, we got to talk about it because you threw it out.
I don't want to talk about this, man.
I don't. Out there, right? I'm gonna talk about it, right? So you telling me, right? So the whole time Bill was like saying Calvin is not Cuddy from The Wire. He's lying, right? And he was saying that what did he say? Calvin ain't really getting paid from Tank, right? And they need to take this to start a GoFundMe, right? Because Tank don't pay his people, right? And him smoking on a Tank Pack, right? That was him aggressively coming at Team Javante Davis because he wanted that Tank fight for Devin Haney.
Remember, okay,
I can see why Calvin would take that.
Remember when he was Superman and did that video when Bill had did that video talking about 20 million, you turned down 20 million guaranteed. That nigga was pissed.
No, that was later though.
I know.
That was later down the line.
That wasn't much later. That's the crazy about it. It wasn't much later. It was
later down the line. No, what I'm talking about.
I said it wasn't much later. That's what I'm saying. Again, it was a series of events that led to that bullshit.
Now, what I'm talking about is early on in the game. I'm talking about like 2019, 2020, 2021, like around there. That was all pre-COVID and post-COVID era.
Okay, remember during the time. Remember I was doing
all that shit.
Okay, we timestamping this, right? Go back to the interviews I had with Leonard Ellaby at Upton when I was asking about the Tank and Devin Haney fight. And remember they were saying that he won too much money and this and that. Remember that during that time?
Okay, so what else happened during that time? Because I remember during that time too, like you could also look at shit by niggas' camps and their teams. You could look at niggas' camps and teams too, right? It's one particular video. I'm gonna ask you about this, right?
Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
He's trying to run away. He's gonna run away. You know what I'm asking?
All right, well, fuck it. I'll blow it right here.
You want to run away, nigga? Oh,
All right,
okay.
go ahead. I ain't
You
going
know
away.
what I'm asked, right?
Go ahead.
There's a video, right, where there's Tank, and you know what I'm saying? This is when Tank hanging with AB Heavy in them days, right? He got the shades on. He got on the skin tight shirt and shit, right? And you got next to him, you got Truck Simpson, right? And Truck there and shit. He dressing like he's so Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Right? And you got this one nigga there who's yelling, right? I'm thinking, like, I'm not sure who he with. Dark skinned nigga. He was calling Devin over. Like, yo, Devin, come here, right? But when he did that, look at Tank and Truck's faces when he did that. I was like, whoa, they really don't like this nigga, bro. Like, I remember that shit. And then Devin walked over, and the Truck was doing like this. Right, like in his face too, as he walked by him, right? And the Tank was like, and then when Devin stood by him, Tank was like, right? And Truck was still doing this. I was like, yo, did they just walk this nigga into a trap? A nigga like Bill will see something like that and take it real personal. Bill is like, yo, y'all did that to my boy?
I just see
Bill would take that personal.
I just saw it as Baltimore being Baltimore.
Bill would take that very personal.
Yeah. I mean, me, Baltimore being Baltimore.
Devin did it. Because Devin did.
Remember I said DC and Baltimore like cousins. Same shit I see in DC, I see in Baltimore. I mean,
like, and you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know.
Who was that nigga calling Devin over?
I would have to see the video.
It was the dark-skinned nigga, man. He was with them niggas. He knew all them niggas, and I know you know who it is.
Again, I had to see the video. Like, I have to see the video.
Yo, Devin. He was calling him. Oh, man.
Bro, so again, I have to see the video, man.
See, I got to do the direct Wi-Fi plug. I mean, the direct internet plug-in to go, because I can try to stream it for y'all, but it's just going to fuck up the stream.
Yeah,
but
man. But Coach Calvin is solid as they come, man. Him and Coach Kenny are solid as they come.
Now, next question is, right, is that the nigga? Because I'm going back to everything Bill was saying, because he was attacking them. He was going at that camp, particularly Calvin, right? Is that the nigga that he said slapped Calvin? The one who called over Devin? Because he was saying how some dude slapped Calvin, bro. And Calvin was like, man, nobody slapped me. And then he said the name of the nigga Bill was trying to. That's why Calvin, my nigga. Calvin wasn't playing though. Like, I'm going to ignore who you talk. Calvin said the nigga's name. And you know the nigga.
I had to see the video.
That's my bad for not coming prepared, right? Because
I don't want to assume what you're talking about. I don't want to assume what you're talking about. Because I don't want to assume. I was about to say, but I don't want to assume.
Exactly who I'm talking about. You not only know who I'm talking about, you know the exact incident I'm talking about, and you know why everything happened. Yeah. So the real question, like I was saying with the Devin Haney ambush, right? Of my man Brian Norman. Who is that nigga running away in the background? I bet you he pulls a lot of these strings together, right? And so I want to know, who is this nigga calling Devin over? These two niggas who obviously hate him, bro. Who obviously hate him. And I would think that would spark some shit with Bill. And that's around the time all this shit started happening.
Nah, I had to disagree. You remember? Oh, hold on, time out. Hey, Slim, you made me think about something, right? I would have to disagree. I just see it at that what you talking about is Baltimore being Baltimore. You remember who went with Devin Haney to Australia and was with him at the fights? Who was with him? Truck Simpson.
Yeah, Truck. Tank.
They tight. But when you said he was mugging him, it was kind of confusing me because I was like, shit, Truck was with him when he went to motherfucking Australia. He was with that team. He was with their team.
You gonna make me pull it up? Video evidence of the shit.
No, but what I'm saying is facts. Looking behind the scenes, Truck is in Australia with Devin.
They was mugging on Devin Haney.
That's wild. That's wild if that's true, because he was with their team. He was with their team in Australia. You can look at the videos and everything for him behind the scenes with Devin.
So who's Truck team? So Truck ain't rocking with Tank and them no more then.
Yeah, he just said it. You know, they had their little fallout, whatever, but he said, you know, they cool.
Okay, so Truck, when did Truck and Tank had they falling out? So I'm pretty sure if Truck was hanging tight with Devin Haney, Tank ain't fucking with him like that. Is that nigga related to Truck?
Only time I think about
it's making sense. It's making sense. So okay. So
only time I remember Truck was with him was during the time when he went to Australia.
So he went to Australia to spar with him? Is that what you're saying?
No, he as support, part of that team. He fucking remember his uncle fuck with Bill. Truck's uncle and Bill fuck with each other.
So it has something to do. All right, so Truck's so it has something to do. That was Truck's uncle that called Devin Haney over there.
I have to see the video, man. I haven't seen the video.
I gotta pull it up, but okay. So I'm just trying to find out the heart of this beef real quick because you brought it up. We stayed on it for a minute because you're not answering real questions. I'm just trying to figure it out. That's all. Because right now you're connecting a lot of dots that I didn't have connected. Because I was really trying to figure this out on the side. Like you see, I'd be in this joint editing like all day, bro. And I just be seeing all this shit, and I'm just connecting dots and shit, right? And so you brought me back to that time. And now it's a lot of unconnected dots that are coming together right now as we speak. Funny how shit work, man. You seem very uncomfortable. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, leave that shit alone. You got quiet as shit. I was like, God damn, Slim, I feel like I'm on a goddamn interrogation stand or something, man. I feel like I'm in the lockup. I'm waiting for you to give me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or one of them dried ass bologna sandwiches.
Hold on, man. Congo man say put up the video. I gotta find it, man. Give me a second. Pull this shit up. Give me a second, my nigga. That's wild. You know the exact joint I'm talking about. You know everybody in the video too. That's what's crazy. That sounds like this nigga's getting very uncomfortable. I might be right. That's why I kept pressing the issue. Am I right? I'm just keep pressing the issue. And the more uncomfortable you got, the righter I knew I probably was. Let me see. Oh shit. Hold on, man. This is gonna slow the show down for me to go dig through this. Catch Ford on the rebroadcast. I'm gonna rebroadcast this shit with the video attached, playing while we talking. I'm reposting this shit.
Yeah, I ain't said a word on this bullshit. I'm not talking on this shit, man.
Yo, so speaking of that, right? Let's talk Tank in the future. Tank, right? If Tank does go back to jail, let's say Tank is out of boxing from this point until 2027. No more Gervonta Davis. What's the state of boxing, and who's going to be taking his spot, if anyone? If anyone,
Tank out of boxing, couple of YouTube channels, man, gonna go under because they talk about Tank every day, all day. They gonna go under. That's the first thing you're gonna see is like, God damn, they ain't got no content.
They will become celebrity news channels. It might help them out. I'm gonna give y'all niggas free game. Let me give them free game because this is why God blesses me, right? Because I don't gatekeep, right? Any questions you got about anything, if I know the answer, I don't gatekeep, right? So free game. If your content has been exclusively Gervonta Tank Davis and Tank Davis glazing, if Tank Davis goes to jail, cross your genre, you are now a celebrity news channel. Start covering Tank and other athletes or celebrities who are in trouble. It's not going to be a shortage of that. You've got to switch your niche. If all you do is Tank and not boxing.
Hey man, they went from Earl to Tank. And they'll go from Tank to whoever next up. Start talking about that.
That's my question. Who's next up? If Tank goes down, it ain't necessarily the PBC that's replacing Tank. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't got to be a PBC fighter to do it.
Man, their website is blank right now. They ain't got
So,
no upcoming fights. You know, that's
but
a
what's the
damn
question?
shame.
Answer the question though. If Tank goes down until 2027, we don't see no more Tank Davis. Who's taking his place in boxing? For starters, all right, so these categories: Black, Black American, American, right? And worldwide face of boxing. Those are 4 different categories.
I will say this. Right now, we have nobody to take that spot who's going to sell out venues in America. We're talking strictly America. Tank is an American fighter who sell out arenas in America. We don't have nobody who can do that yet. We might have to wait till the next star come up. So for 2 years, we're gonna be sitting waiting on the next one.
Who's in the best position? I guess I should ask that question.
Who is in the best position right now? If he plays cards right, that actually can be a Brian Norman Jr. He'll have the South. He would have knocked off a highly skilled opponent, as y'all say, in Devin Haney. He'll take his fan base. Tank fan base already fuck with him because he a knockout artist. He go out there and knock out Devin. That's just going to increase to his fan base. So yeah, I look at him.
So you said Brian Norman Jr. could become the new face of boxing. You really believe in that young man?
Who else you got?
I mean, I don't think B could beat Boots, bro. I don't know if he become the face of boxing, but I mean, if he stay at 47, who else
He's
he fighting
at 40? Exactly.
All right, so I would say I would go with Keyshawn Davis. Would be more so to get it, or a I don't want to say Abdullah, man, but he got the hype on him. He got more hype than Norman. But Norman, you're right. Norman could totally take the hype train. That's the thing.
Someone who's actually did that, went on the road and doing it. Even in this fight, like you said, they consider him the B-side.
Yeah.
So if you do this, you're going to get catapulted.
Oh, I agree. He'll get catapulted, but will
and think about this. Now you're fucking with Turkey. He gonna continue to put you in them type of fights to continue to grow your brand.
Okay. All right. So let's put a pin in that real talk, right? So B Norman, right? All right. Matter of fact, let's talk about that. How could he become the face? What's the next fight? If he massacres Devin Haney, right, in spectacular fashion, what's the next fight? Is it Boots? Boots ain't coming to 47. Who else at 47 for him?
That's when you start calling out the other champions.
That's PBC not giving Manny to him?
Again, you still call him out. He ain't getting Manny. Manny ain't the champ.
It ain't even about being a champ with a Manny Pacquiao.
Barrios.
Trash fight, but I pay to see Barrios get stopped.
Yeah, but how's that trash fight?
All right, it's whatever. It don't move the needle.
Again, give me another athlete who you think can take Tank's spot right now.
Yeah, like I was saying, right? So yeah, you haven't proven to me, like, so for example, I say
because
Keyshawn
you
Davis,
said
right?
Okay, you said Keyshawn. When Keyshawn fighting again?
Keyshawn Davis,
and he ain't sold out. How?
He has star potential.
He ain't even sold out nowhere else. He ain't sold out nowhere.
Bro, if Bob Arum, right, a guy who makes stars, that's what he does. If he sees Keyshawn Davis' star potential, and me, right?
I see who they're pushing right now, right?
If my personal assessment is in line with Bob Arum, just so am I. It's just my opinion, right? I'm not saying it's a fact. My opinion, right? If my personal assessment is in line with Bob Arum, a man who is known to make stars in boxing, right? I think I'm on the right path. I would think Keyshawn would have a very good chance of doing that. In spite of that,
he got to get back in the ring. In the meantime, if you're talking about over there on Top Rank, look at Emilio Vargas, Shushu Carrington, and Abdullah Mason. Those are the 3 names right there. Those are your 3. Emilio Vargas.
You can't leave out Keyshawn Davis on that list. Bob Arum has clearly said he plans to make him the face of boxing. So because you don't like him,
when he fighting again,
because you don't like him, you're gonna shade him.
No, I'm just being honest, man. You said using the word I don't like. I'm just being honest. When is he fighting again? He's not fighting no time soon, man. And right now they pumping up Emilio Vargas, Shushu Carrington, and Abdullah Mason. Those are the 3 they pushing. You don't see nothing else right now.
None of those dudes are bigger than Keyshawn Davis, though. They're not.
Emilio Vargas is what
It's
his
the
ceiling
closest thing.
has a higher ceiling
It's the
potential as
closest
far
thing.
as potential.
It's the closest. It's the closest one, right? The
Look how
closest
they doing
one.
Emilio Vargas. Look how they dress him and making him look professional and everything, man. They grooming youngin. They want him to be a Spanish side star.
Yeah, you still got to win the fights, right? So that's the thing, right? And you still got to do it in a certain fashion, right? So like I'm not ruling out Vargas. Like I'm looking at names, and all the names you said have been legitimate, right? Norman, legitimate, right? But I'm trying to see because I don't think he has the same star potential or quality as a Keyshawn Davis. But I could be wrong because Norman beats people up bad. But so does Keyshawn Davis. And it's more, they're bigger fights. I can't say Norman. All the bigger fights are right there for Keyshawn Davis to be big.
When is he fighting? And who is he fighting?
All right. Let's put hate aside, right? And let's
Again,
look
you're
at
not answering the
and
question.
let's
You
look
talking about he
at
could be a
Keyshawn
star
Davis.
based on what?
No.
Based on
All right,
what?
so let's answer this. So instead of saying when is he going to fight, right? Let's look at potential matchups that actually are great for Keyshawn Davis.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that because he hasn't been in a dog fight.
He's in 140 now, right?
Yeah.
So let's start with the champions. Let's start at the
Antoine.
bottom of the. Let's start with the bottom, right? In my opinion, Africa, right? Who you got in that? I got Keyshawn in that. He beats Africa. His name skyrockets even bigger, right? Who else you got in there, right? I'm not gonna get to Twan yet. Who else you got in there? And one Subriel Matias, right? He beats Subriel Matias. He's gonna get tough guy points. His name's gonna get bigger, right? Subriel got a body Matias, right? That nigga, right? So and who else? Who else at 140? Gary Antoine Russell, which I think is his toughest fight at 140. I think he beats Gary Antoine Russell though. And if you beat Gary Antoine Russell, you are a legitimate top dog at 140 and probably very close to being a face of boxing at that point, right? So
you know
all
T.O.
the
is
bigger
champion at
matchups,
140. You know
all
T.O.
the
champion
bigger
at 140,
matchups,
right?
what I'm telling you is all the potential matchups to actually make him a superstar are right there in his weight class. That's all I'm saying. Pitbull is there. It's so many big name, big money fights there.
You believe in him real tough. Here's the thing.
No, I just said, remember I started.
Here's the thing. Albright said he want that next. He already he want that with Bob. He said, please make that happen next, Bob. Run that back.
Cool. See, right now, you could put niggas like that on the same level you would think is on Keyshawn's level, but he's not. Albright is not on Keyshawn's level, bro.
I didn't say that. I said I want to see that fight.
Nobody wants to see that fight, bro. If they do, it's only because Keyshawn Davis is in the fight. Nobody wants to see Nahir Albright fight if it ain't Keyshawn Davis.
No, because of the storyline, I want to see that fight at 140. I want to see it.
I want to see
you
him
beat
fight.
Keyshawn, brother. You had a controversy with Keyshawn the year before. Yeah, run that shit back. I want to see that.
Keyshawn already beat him. I would rather see Albright fight Abdullah Mason. Make that fight happen.
Abdullah's at 35, Slim. You know that.
Albright's at 35.
No, he's not. He's 40. He beat Keyshawn, brother, at 40, man. He's a 40 champion.
Right. My bad. I'll admit when I'm wrong. Yeah. But Albright, nah, Slim. Nobody cares about that. You would rather see Keyshawn fight any of them other names, even though you don't admit it. You would rather see
Albright. I want to see Albright.
You're lying, right? You would rather see Keyshawn. I'm telling you who you would rather see. Yeah, I am.
I want to see Albright.
You would rather see Keyshawn fight Subriel Matias. You would rather see Keyshawn fight Gary Antoine Russell, right? You would rather see Keyshawn fight Pitbull Cruz. Like, you would rather see all of these fights.
I don't want to see him and Pitbull, man. That's bullying. He fight Pitbull. I don't like that fight.
But Pitbull will fight him though. Pitbull don't duck no smoke. My bad. He ducked smoke against Shakur. I'm wrong. Wrong again. I've been wrong a lot in this show right here in particular. I've been wrong a lot. He ducked smoke with Shakur.
Your favorite barber.
Your favorite barber says the world loved Madonna for knocking Floyd's tooth out. But that's just because they hated Floyd so much. That's a fact. And he wears that as a trophy. Like, imagine how powerful you are as a human being, right? Walking Earth when your tooth is actually a very valuable commodity. I'm serious as fuck, right? There are no shortage of teeth in this world, right? The tooth of Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a high value commodity. If Maidana put that on eBay, right? They don't even do eBay no more, right? If Maidana put that at one of them auction houses, one of them luxury auction houses, it would sell for millions of dollars. Floyd Mayweather's tooth.
A tooth, man.
Yep. It would sell for millions of dollars.
You sure?
Yo, it'll be like remember Get Rich or Die Trying? Remember
Yeah.
that joke? Remember that
We
joke?
took that gold out of his mouth.
I'm talking about what Youngest said though. You remember that scene, man?
What scene?
It was a scene, right? They was sitting there plotting on that nigga, and it was the nigga who was hating on 50. He was like, man, that nigga Diego, man, how much you think that nigga teeth worth? You know what I'm saying?
You wild, man.
That's what that nigga said. He said, yo, how much you think that nigga teeth worth? Like, like it's Floyd Mayweather right now, bro. That's how the haters be looking at him. Niggas be standing on the side, right? Most of them Latino. How much you think that Miyate teeth worth, man? How much that Miyate teeth worth, fool? Yo, fool. How much you think his teeth worth, fool? Yo.
You wild, man. Oh shit, man. We've been over for damn near an hour and a half, man. I gotta shut this shit down here.
You shutting it down?
Yeah, I gotta shut it down.
Well, Victor say De La Hoya thinking about signing T.O.
Yeah, I heard that.
that Turkey connection. Turkey ain't fucking with him still. You can sign him, but that just means you got him under lock and key because he your only show at that point.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I kind of like. I like the fact that Turkey shut T.O. down over racism. I like that. I don't think we should be promoting fights through racism.
Yo, Slim, that you do your thing. I'm about to roll out.
Yeah. What we got here?
Hey, man, salute to the chat today, man. Good to holler at y'all.
Yo, your favorite barber. That's a fact. If B. Norman put Devin Lights out, the world gonna love the youngin. That's a fact.
Slim.
All right, fam. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm about to slide out in a minute. Boom, boom. To fill in for Tank, you gotta have Floyd effect. A lot of love and hate. I agree, Vic. Yo, Victor, I agree, fam. And like I say, like it's only a few who could possibly, but if Tank sit down, somebody's about to come up. I don't think Shakur gonna be able to maintain that rope-a-dope Shakur style, bro. He already said his hands are hurt again. And Devin Haney goddamn sure ain't gonna fight like that. He gonna keep running. So it's pretty much what it is. Devin either gonna keep cherry picking or keep running. It's what it is. I'm thinking it could be Benavidez. Honestly, I'm thinking between Keyshawn Davis and David Benavidez, potentially those two, because they both in divisions that will give them fire fights, legacy fights. Both of those dudes are in legacy fight divisions, and they got a financier who's putting up legacy fight money to have legacy fights. So if you're looking at it, I say 75. I say Benavidez got the toughest road. Because them boys at light heavy ain't no joke. There ain't no damn joke at light heavy, bro. 75 is no joke. But I like I was saying it before Turkey. Like, I want to see Benavidez fight Better Biev and Bivol. That whole division. You know, already fought David Morrell. So, yeah, it's greatness up there. Greatness potential up there. He done fought, Congo man. He says, nah, David done fought everyone but Canelo and still ain't the face. But that's the point, right? His resume is legit. So, and he's known as the man Canelo was afraid of, right? But now, put him up there at 175, where he can't just walk through his competitors like he did at 68. Because keep it real, he weight bullied Boo Boo Andre. He was weight bullying a lot of niggas at 68. That's the reason Canelo didn't want to fight him down there. And that's just the fact. It don't stop him from being a bad man with fast hands. right? And quick, slick head movement, right? It don't stop him from being a bad boy. But now at 75, he gonna have to fight a little bit harder. And he's the type of nigga to do that. So that's what I mean. He's up there full of legacy fights. You can't tell me if he's in a firefight with Better BF, that won't go down as an instant classic. Casuals are gonna love it. Casuals will love that fight because it's gonna be blood, it's gonna be action, and there will be no running. There will be no running. And this is the first time we'll see Benavidez in there with a dude that can hit. Because let it be known, Better BF is punching, bruh. He's punching. I call him the master of the 1-inch punch. He's not loading up. It's coming from where it is. And it don't look like it's hurting, but that shit is like a nail gun. You know the mechanics of a nail gun? Right here. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. That's how Better BF is throwing them things, bruh. But see, to me, that's a legacy fight, a fire matchup. I would love to see it. When Benavidez fights Bivol. Because apparently Turkey is letting us know that he wants these fights. And he got the money to make them happen. Benavidez versus Bivol. That's going to be a fire fight. Right? Because to me, like, keeping it real, the best, like, elite boxers in boxing today of this generation and probably beyond since Mayweather is Bivol and Shakur. Bivol and Shakur. Keeping it real. That's why I don't want to see Shakur dumb it down. Fuck the fans. Because they're not asking Bivol to dumb it down. Why they asking Shakur to dumb it down? But Shakur don't play the race card with that shit. But Shakur, if you listening, ask niggas that you want to get back. Free game Thursday, right? I'm giving it to you, right? Or is it free game? What's the day, man? Thursday or Friday? It's Friday. Free game Friday, right? Shakur, ask these niggas this. Everybody's saying your style of boxing is boring, but nobody's questioning Bivol's style of boxing. Yeah, he's a little bit more offensive, right? But y'all are two fundamentally sound boxers, bro. Skilled elite fighters. Oh, yeah. Shakur, let niggas know, man. Let niggas know on that, man, because I don't want to see rope-a-dope Shakur pull back up. Because to me, it's like, it's heartbreaking. All right, message to Shakur, bro. Because I know Shakur follow me on Instagram. I know he do, right? So message to Shakur, my nigga. Bruh, fuck what these casuals talking about, my nigga. These people that know boxing know you legit, and everybody gonna talk shit. That's just what they do. But your name is still relevant, right? Your name is out there, right? So the fact that niggas is hating on you is a good thing, right? But if you let these niggas convince you to start rope-a-doping like you passed your prime, look at all the fighters who did rope-a-dope that were elite, right? They were approaching the end, right? Once Roy Jones Jr. started rope-a-doping, like Floyd was right about that. Once Roy Jones Jr. started rope-a-doping, we knew Roy was approaching the end. And then Tarver caught up with him unexpectedly, right? We don't need a Shakur Stevenson rope-a-dope match, man. I don't give a fuck what these casuals talking about. Because I know Shakur Stevenson is a better boxer than that, my nigga. A much better, but he's way better than the rope-a-dope. The rope-a-dope is for niggas who are on the decline, bro. Ali, rope-a-dope. Like, if people don't even understand why Muhammad Ali was a bad motherfucker, right? What you don't understand is they took the young Muhammad Ali out the game. Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, and the brand new young Muhammad Ali, right? Cassius X, right? This nigga was something that the heavyweight division had never seen, right? It was a heavyweight who was moving like Sugar Ray Robinson, right? Floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. And he could sell a fight. Young black man talking big shit, not afraid of white people, right? Reminiscent of Jack Johnson almost, right? But with the foot movement of somebody of a much lighter weight, the hand speed as well. Cassius X, right? Muhammad Ali, that was an official bad motherfucker. But the fighter everybody remembers, right? The one who had all the legacy fights was an over-the-hill 30-something year old Muhammad Ali. He was 32 years old when he fought Frazier, and I think 33 when he fought Fuhrman, right? And these niggas were in their 20s. Muhammad Ali was a bad motherfucker, yo. He was an old man fighting Joe Frazier and beating him 2 out of 3 times. He was an old man when he beat George Foreman. A young gorilla who was punching holes in heavy bags. Knocked Joe Frazier off his feet, right? Everybody was shook. They thought Ali was going to die. Why? Because he was an old man fighting a young 20-something-year-old monster, right? Get that man his props. That's rope-a-dope Ali. Shakur, don't even, why are you trying to be rope-a-dope Ali, bruh? When you still in your 20s, my nigga. You a boxing historian, cool? Young Cassius Clay, Cassius X, right? Young Muhammad Ali, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. The heavyweight division had never seen nothing like it. Never seen nothing like it. And right now, if the casuals are not used to seeing you fight, Shakur, fuck them niggas. Fight how you fight, my nigga. Cut that rope-a-dope shit out. Don't ever do that shit again, man. Because you fighting like you're on your decline, right? Don't let the casuals get you, bruh. That's the difference, though. Your favorite barber. I would love to see him be more explosive. I agree. But to be more explosive, he would have to take more risk, right? And he kind of scared. That's why he was rope-a-doping. Rope-a-dope Shakur is trash, bro. He's trash. And he's not going to be the Tank Davis fighting like that. He won't. The real question is Gary Russell, Jr. style of boxing. If so, what is Shakur's style? I mean, Shakur is defense first, bro. He's definitely a counterpuncher. That's all he's doing. He's waiting on the counter. And he's mastered controlling the distance. The way he controls distance is incredible. And like I say, like it's not running. It's some jumping and sliding back. But he does it with such fluid motion. It's just like second nature to him. And he's always just right there in front of you. So when you reduce that, which to me is masterful footwork, right? Masterful footwork. Pivoting, turning, lateral, like back, like north-south back. It's like always just enough right there. Just to be you're in his range and he's out of yours. He's always got it just right there. Except when he's rope-a-doping. When he's rope-a-doping, in the shell, playing catch and shoot, right? Blah, blah, right? Just coming, bob. Like, it's a difference. It's a difference. So Shakur is definitely a counterpuncher, a slick, fleet-footed counterpuncher. That's his style. And yes, he could definitely be more explosive. Yes, he could definitely take more chances. I agree with all of that. But rope-a-dope Shakur, in my opinion, is trash. Trash. Think what you want. That's my opinion. Yeah. But yo, man, so I'm loving the new setup of the show. And I'm going to keep going live with these. I'm going to be doing it every day from this point on, multiple times a day. So just get used to the face. And I appreciate the support from everybody out here, man. You better believe it. Yeah. Your favorite barber. We are in agreement, fam. Core is definitely elite. But like I said, he got to stop being scary. Yeah, he's his scary ass. Like, he hate getting hit, bro. It's obvious. It's obvious. He's in denial when he get hit. Like, even his daughter got to tell him, like, no. He almost knocked you out, right? Because you were playing rope-a-dope Shakur. He can't even accept it. He probably wouldn't even watching the fight tape of that joint. He probably ain't even seen it yet because he don't want to see that part. He almost knocked you out, bro. Like, it's a fact. He almost knocked you out. I got that here. I got that here. Because, man, yo, Shorty said that. I was like, yeah, cool. That's like all time. All time.
Almost knock you out. Almost knock you out. Almost knock you out. Almost knock you out.
You did, cool.
Almost knock you
Cool.
out.
Yes.
Almost
Yes.
knock you out.
Yes, cool. You got hit, man. Playing rope-a-dope Shakur. You trying to act like you slipped? Like, that shit remind me of niggas who lost the fight and they come back and tell the story. I heard that nigga dropped you. Nah, I slipped. I slipped, man. Niggas talking about I ain't get dropped. He said, I slipped. He didn't almost knock you out. You tripped. You tripped off the ropes. It was your positioning. I get it. Yeah. Yo, salute to everybody in the chat, man. I'm signing off, but I'm getting back on again tonight. Like I say, I like the new format. Get used to it. Every day, multiple times a day. Congo, man, we're gonna ride out with that. You say Roach beat Shakur at 35? I'd like to see him try. I'd like to see him try. Yo, peace.